Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Zoe Waffle Baker and this is Living in Austin. Today we are going to talk about a really important subject, and that is taxes. In particular, we're going to talk about property taxes, because if you are looking at moving here, it's something you should definitely know about, because we have quite high property taxes here, which I'll get into in just a short minute. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Zoe Waffle Baker with Recapture Property Group here in Austin, Texas. If you're new to the channel, thanks so much for checking us out. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button and that notification bell right next to it, and you'll get notified every time that we upload a video. And we're doing that every week about what it's like to live, work, eat, play, taxes, all the things so that you know before you move. Now, as much as we love making these videos, we love even more helping people relocate to Austin. So we can help you find a home and a community that is just right for you. So make sure that you reach out. You've got our details below. Give us a call, drop us a text or an email. Between my business partner / husband, Mark French, it will be either of us that answer your phone, email or text. We'd love to hear from you and see what your plans are and see how we can help you make Austin home. Now, enough about that. Let's talk about taxes. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you. Taxes are not my favorite subject, especially at the minute, because I have about less than a month to put my taxes in for the year, and I've got all my expenses waiting for me to plug in for my CPA. I've never been a great something I've never particularly enjoyed, and when we moved here I was even more bamboozled by taxes. But I'm not going to go into all of the taxes because I am not a CPA, but what I will tell you about are your important ones to know. Now, the one cool thing, let's start on a high, is that Texas is one of 9 states in the US that does not have income tax. Bonus, that's great. However, we still need to pay for the infrastructure and roads, infrastructure, schools, all that kind of stuff, and it just doesn't come from thin air. It's got to be paid somehow. And the way that is paid is through the sales and use tax, property tax and corporation tax. Not going to get into sales. Sales tax is about 8.25%. But I'm not going to get into corporation tax. So what I will talk about is the property tax. Now, the property tax, there is in Texas, there's no assessed property tax, but it's done it's assessed on all the counties, localities. So, we live in Travis County, you get your Travis County taxes, Williamson County, Hayes, and all the different other counties. So, and it varies within those counties as well. So now the range, it goes from 1.8 in Sunset Valley up to 2.8 in Hutto. So let's do an average in there of, say, when you're budgeting, if it's not obvious to you, if you're looking on some kind of online portal, what the taxes are, I don't know, budget for 2.4. It's kind of in the middle there. Now, what does that really mean? What does 2.4% actually mean? Now, if you're looking at the median house price in Austin, stats just out from the Austin Board of Realtors, that the median house price was just shy of $500,000. It was $499,995 for the month of February of 2022. Let's just call it $500,000. So you're looking at the median house price of 500 grand and you've got a 2.4% tax rate. That's $12,000. That's $12,000 a year on your taxes. That's an extra $1,000 a month on taxes. Now, bad news for investors and good news for homeowners. Investors, you don't get homestead exemption. Now, if you are coming here and having to live here permanently and to buy a house as your permanent resident, then you're going to get a homestead exemption. Now, that will bring off about 20% from your tax bill, which is great. And there's other property exemptions as well. There's over 65, there's people with disabilities, veterans, and I believe some charitable organisations also get an exemption as well. So there are a number, and I'm going to put some of the county exemption lists down below in the links if you want to check them out. As well as I'll also do a link to the Austin Chamber of Commerce so that you can see the varying tax rates as well. So that's $12,000. Now, yes, you do get that homestead exemption if it's your primary residence. Now, if what's also good about homestead exemption is it caps you from having an increase of over 10%. So they can't increase your tax increase. They can't increase it more than 10% per year if it's your homestead. So definitely, if you purchase a home, and you can do this in the same year now as well. It's literally just changed a couple of months ago. You can file for homestead exemption the year that you purchase the property, which is great. Previously, you had to wait until the following year and do it before April. That's changed. So definitely do that. But you'll be reminded, if you're working with a good realtor, they will remind you to do that. Or we'll remind you to. Now, on to where do the taxes go? It's a lot of money, a lot of households. Where do the taxes go? Excuse me. There's the obvious, not obvious, but it goes to public schools, libraries, infrastructure. What else does it go to? The city streets, the police, of course, emergency services, that kind of thing. Now, big portion is those public schools. And this is a hot topic at the moment in Austin because there is a program that's been running since 94, 95 called the Recapture Program. And that is also known as like the Robin Hood program. It's where basically Texas looks at the property rich, property wealthy school districts and takes their money and allocates it to non-property rich school districts. Now, the reason this is such a hot topic at the moment is that it's just been released that they are taking $710 million from the Austin ISD. $710 million. That is a huge amount of money. And it's the largest that they're taking out of Texas. The next closest one is Houston, and those are coming up on your screen now on how much each school district is money is being allocated, taken away. Eanes ISD is in there as well, which is the other Austin school district that is affected by this. But that's $710 million. Now, this is not a political video. It's just so that you know. And I think the important thing here to know is that you do pay a lot of money in taxes, and you need to know where the money goes. Now, one of the things that this is a sore point on, and as you know, a parent with kids in ISD, Austin ISD, is that we're lacking resources there. You know, we're really lacking resources, and the teachers aren't paid enough either, especially with how much the cost of living has gone up in Austin as well. So it's unbalanced at the moment, and it is an area of frustration. But I am also going to put the link to Austin ISD if you want to learn more about that, about the Recapture Program. Then please do so. And yeah, at least you know where some of that money goes. I believe it's like 47 or 49% of the Austin budget has been kicked out to other areas. So I touched on at the beginning that affects your, if you're buying a home and also if you're renting. So to touch on that briefly, it's really affecting the rent prices here as well, with the increase of the value of homes. That's obviously increasing how much landlords, investors are paying on taxes because they don't get that homestead exemption. And that is ultimately being passed on to the tenants. So we're really seeing rent prices going up here in Austin as well. Now, the last thing to talk about is MUDs. That is municipal utility districts. And you'll often find these outside of the Austin city limits. And these are independent government, what's the proper word? Limited governments, independent limited governments. And they're set up to for developers to set up the infrastructure for your drainage, your sewers, your roads, that kind of thing. So if you are looking to purchase a home outside the city limits, then you're going to have that extra amount on top as well. So just things to be aware of, and to discuss with whoever's going to be representing you when you're looking to buy a home, and definitely add it in to your figures when looking to purchase. So that's about it, guys, as far as taxes is concerned. Wanted you to be aware of the big ticket items. Like I say, I'm not a CPA, and taxes aren't my favorite subject, but it's important that you definitely know about these property taxes. If you are interested in buying a home or moving here to Austin, make sure that you reach out. We'd love to hear from you. You've got our phone details, text and email below, so drop us a call, drop us a text, give us a call, send us an email. We would love to hear from you, hear what your plans are, and see how we can help you. Until then, guys, have a fabulous week, and we'll catch you next time. Okay, bye-bye.